It's something that's always been there. You just needed to look beyond the surface and the shit that's in front of you.
Yeah.
You know how you get stuck looking at what's
Razor
in front
Sharp
of you.
Lifestyle 101.
Yeah.
You know, in effect, with the core values of self-improvement and fulfillment, representing the steps of success. Indeed it is. Childhood is so sacred.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it is a sacred stage in life.
Yes.
And we must reflect on it in our stage of adulthood in order for us to actually, you know, like you just said, you spoke of individuality.
Right.
Represent our individuality to the highest, to the fullest.
To the fullest. Yeah.
I mean, and express ourselves to in the greatest way. Childhood.
Back to our roots.
Yeah. It is. You go back to your roots of childhood, which represents imagination.
Where it took a village to raise a child.
Indeed.
Now it take a village to raise some common sense.
Now, the imagination of childhood is amazing.
Yeah.
It is something that you highly value because it is useful for your success.
Yeah, that and it's the innocence. It's the innocence before you're corrupted by Babylon. Before the system corrupt you into thinking you got to live your life in debt, in bankruptcy, in divorce, in hell.
Yeah, that's all. That's true.
It's a modern way of thought. It's a modern thought process.
And that is.
Yeah, it is.
That's a great concept.
Yeah.
Because Babylon has
before it corrupts people. Yeah, it does.
It does. It has corrupted people with what? With doubt. You know, with self-doubt and so forth.
With greed, with ill will, with selfishness.
Instant gratification.
Yeah. With
all of these
wife swapping parties, all that old crazy shit.
These images of conformity.
Right.
That's what I call them. See, Babylon represents images of conformity.
Nice.
Which is not good for success. Because like you were speaking of, individuality is sacred. It's something that we must sacrifice our immediate gratification for and our leisurely activities for if we must, in order to individualize ourselves.
Yeah.
Now, it's a difference. You're speaking about society. They profit off getting the populace to conform.
Yeah, nice, that's very nice.
That is their power. If they got everyone to be like an individual, to be the individual that they ought to be, that they idealize themselves as being.
And that grip that they have on our youth doesn't get the youth to see that being self-sufficient is something you start out being. It's not something that you become. You start out being self-sufficient, but you have to continue on that path in order to succeed at being self-sufficient.
Yeah.
You can't get on that path and then wobble your way down halfway down that path and then end up off in the ditch. You got to remain on that path.
Yeah, you have to.
That's what's not taught to our youth.
Yeah,
you need to get on that path and stay on it.
And
for sure.
And conformity is something that it is the opposite of individuality. It is the opposite of individuality. Individuality represents you.
Thank you, Lord, for the wonderful plans.
It represents you are what you think you are. That's what it represents. It represents your mentality, the way you think, which is who you idealize yourself as being. It represents your individuality. It's the core value of self-improvement.
Right.
Individuality is one of the core values of self-fulfillment, actually, because you cannot be self-fulfilled without, your individuality. You cannot be self-fulfilled without sacralizing your individuality. You got to make sacrifices for your individuality to be the person you idealize yourself as.
Right. You want to reflect.
Think.
You want that knowledge to be a reflection of the lesson that you done learned. That not only have you learned, but it's a seed that been planted that you can pass on to the next individual. They can also plant that seed. That seed can be it can be kept
and it's very powerful seed.
Kept and maintained.
That is a powerful seed,
right?
I mean, because you think,
and that's the issue. We need to start planting seeds.
And that is the biggest
plant seeds. Yeah, for sure.
The biggest issue.
That is. It's a major issue.
Yeah, it's a major issue.
It is.
Because the seed of individuality is always greater.
The seed of individuality.
Yes,
that's nice.
Yes, the seed of individuality.
Listen to that.
Is always more substantial than the seed of conformity.
Yeah.
See, Babylon, what they plot is, their system is to plant seeds of conformity. Seeds of conformity into you and all people, especially children. Seeds of conformity. I mean, that is their system.
Making your thought pattern toxic.
Yeah. That is how they don't want you to be intoxicated by the core values of self-improvement and fulfillment.
Right.
They don't want you to be intoxicated by the core value of individuality. Because individuality is intoxicating.
Very good.
It is an intoxicating core value. You must understand that. I mean, it will make you feel a little tipsy. It make you feel high.
Right.
But it's a great high. Individuality will make you express yourself without even worrying about the opinion of the next sloth.
Right.
You ain't caring about no sloth at all. And they're sloth if they are bothered by the core value of individuality and the self-fulfillment.
Right.
If they are having problems with it. If they are, hesitating about representing it. Because it's for their self-improvement.
Right.
Now,
for the betterment of self.
Yes, for the betterment of self.
Betterment of self, yeah.
Individuality is a very powerful core value.
Even with this alibi.
Yeah.
It's a very powerful one. I wrote a great deal about it.
Yeah.
I've been thinking deeply about it. I mean, I have content, to back me up.
Right.
On how sacred it is to me. It is what I have been using for years to succeed.
Yes, sir.
And to separate myself and make myself a distinguishable gentleman.
Very nice.
To identify myself as being someone who is uniquely proud of his own individuality. At the same time, I'm able to identify with all people in order to captivate them by being relatable.
Right, by being relatable. That's right, that word.
So
being relatable.
So individuality is very powerful because it's worth millions of dollars, really.
Yeah.
It is a core value that represents millions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Because you are a salesman of yourself. You sell your ideas. You sell your clues to people. You have to persuade people to believe in your own clues.
Yeah.
If you have a clue about something that is important and urgent, you can sell your clue to someone. Have them sold them. They believe it and they follow the clues that you have.
Yes, sir.
I mean, your ideas are a representation of you. So you sell your ideas to the world.
Nice.
You know, I mean, life is about salesmanship. And Racial Lifestyle 101 represents salesmanship.
Right. Application.
Mm-hmm.
Applying what you know in order to succeed at where you want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you want to go in life. Huh?
Great content. That's great content.
And we do need to motivate our listeners. Listening to this program and listening to the knowledge that's spread throughout the words in this program are for your personal and private growth and benefit. Personal and private growth and benefit. Yeah. So we want everybody to dig into this. This is something for everybody.
Oh, without a doubt, it is. I mean, it's for all people of different backgrounds and creeds and beliefs, you know.
Right, religions and walks of life and rituals and religions and studies and yeah.
All people. I mean, it's
right.
Inclusive. You know, it is inclusive. All. And may increase your risk of infections and cancer. Yeah. This is a message to humanity.
Right.
Really. It really is a message.
Nice, huh? A message to humanity.
Yeah. It's a message to humanity. Racial Lifestyle 101. The core values of self-fulfillment fulfillment, it represents humanity.
Yeah, very nice.
You know, Racial Lifestyle 101 represents humanity.
Eloquently put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really does. I mean, it's universal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so universal that, you know, it represents it will empower you to be the individual that you want to be.
Yes, sir.
You know, that you ought to be.
Right, that you ought to be. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, that's how universal it is. I mean, because when you talk about what's universal,
right,
you represent core values that's universal, which you're really calling out to people that to be the individual who you ought to be.
Right. Right.
I mean, that's universal. That's what universal is primarily about. You know, being
yes,
the individual who you ought to be.
Yes.
You know,
yes,
everybody around the world, you know, I mean, wants to be who they ought to be. They want to be.
Yeah.
Even the sloths want to be who they ought to be. But the thing is, you got to see, being who you ought to be represents something. And that's something it represents a core value of self-discipline.
Yeah.
It represents self-discipline. I mean, now you can say, well, I want to be who I want to be. I want to be who I ought to be. I mean, but what I'm going to have to do, what do I need to do in order to be what I ought to be?
Right. Right. Good question.
It's a standard. There's rules to this. There's levels to it.
Right.
There's levels to your individuality.
Yes, sir.
There's levels to your self-idealization. You know, it's rules to this game.
Right.
Of becoming who you ought to be. It is not easy to follow.
Yeah, to bring that foundation into view.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so you can actually see it.
Yeah. It is not easy.
See the growth that's being made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is growth that requires hard work and dedication and the ability to deal with the boredom of repetition.
One love.
Now,
yes.
Racial Lifestyle 101
yes.
have designed a platform.
Get ready for this stick of dynamite too.
Yeah. A platform where all people can have clear understanding
Yeah.
of why they cannot succeed and why it's so difficult for them to succeed. Every new year, their resolutions are not working.
Yeah.
You got resolutions that you're making every year, and they're not working for you, Johnny. You got this new resolution every year, Sarah.
And it's not working.
And you asking why if my resolution ain't working for me. I mean, and you're beating yourself up and so forth that why your resolution ain't working for you. And you want to know why it's not working for you.
Yes, sir.
Well,
the question that lingers.
It's boring, that's why it's not working for you. It is a boring task for you to do. Let's be clear. Let's be straight. Let's be clear-cut to the chase. Let's be honest and not shuck and jive and beat around the bush.
Right.
It's boring for you to represent the core values of self-improvement and fulfillment.
Yeah.
For you to resolve issues in your life. It's very boring. Why it's boring? How is it boring? Because it's boring because that means you're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to actually sacralize the sacrifices of progress. This is a philosophy of Racial Lifestyle 101 that is designed to empower you to achieve every goal that you set. This is clarity that you have been curious about for years. It's boring because it represents the requirement to sacralize the sacrifices of your progress.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever heard anything like that? Have you ever heard progress set like that? Probably not.
No.
You've been wondering how can progress be well, how can it be expressed in a clear way where I can understand it? You've been wondering about that. A lot of people have been wondering that about that.
Right.
How can progress be expressed to me? The importance of it in a way that I can be persuaded by it.
Right.
And really feel it.
Right. Absorb it.
Absorb it and really feel it.
Yeah.
I'm just being straight with you. It's boring, that's why. I wrote a great deal about that too. That's the reason why people procrastinate, about their goals in life, because it's boring. It's boring to them. And they just can't
into the database because
of his recent conviction
for 2 other rapes. Johnson lived in Hope Hall's apartment.
They can't withstand the boredom.
16 years old at the time of her murder.
Which is a requirement of success.
Yeah, it is.
Which is truly a requirement.
True.
Yeah. Before crossing that finish line to success. Yeah.
It is very.
You got to meet that head on.
It is very important. It is
head on.
It is a great requirement.
Yeah, it's a requirement. Yeah.
But if Jermaine Johnson was Hope's killer,
it is also
identified Hope's ex-boyfriend as the man running from Hope's apartment.
It also must be understood that is what's holding you back.
Right.
Your inability to deal with that boredom. Repetition. Because
repetition.
You have to do
something
boring,
monotony,
repeatedly, over and over again. Something that's boring.
Right.
Something that requires you to
monotonous.
Yes.
Yeah,
something that requires you to sacrifice your social activities, sacrifice your leisurely activities, sacrifice your immediate pleasure, Sarah.
Yeah, John Love.
Say no to those social gatherings. Tell your Auntie Margaret, you can't make it to the gatherings. You got work to do.
Right. Right. What we were just speaking on earlier, sacrifice.
You got homework to do. You got calendars to organize.
Right. Right.
Matter of fact, you got your calendar to organize.
Right.
Not calendars. You got calendars
yours
to organize. You know how much concentration involves in that, is included in that.
Yours being the most important calendar of all.
Yeah.
To organize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes high concentration for that. That's why, I mean, the sloths take over. You know, I mean, the sloth within you take over because it requires concentration of thought.
It's a small.
And you have to actually
Tiny sword.
understand that it's certain things that must be done, certain steps that must be done. These are all the steps that you must take.
Right.
In order for you to achieve
necessary
your
steps.
ultimate goal. These are all the small self-achievement, you know. I describe them as small goals of self-achievement through steps of process. Through a step-by-step process that you got to go through in order to achieve your ultimate goal. In order to achieve your macro goal. I mean, you got many steps to take. You know, many as in M-I-N-I, many as in small.
Yeah, right. Like as in training wheels on your tricycle before you actually get on a bicycle and start riding it all by yourself without the aid of training wheels. You don't need the crutches. That's what we're talking about.
Not no more.
Not after listening to this program, you don't need no crutches.
No, you don't need no crutches.
No, you don't need them no more.
No, you don't need no crutches after you have internalized, these core values or something.
Yes, sir.
When you make them your own and you sacralize them, you know, that's a very important move to make. That move represents millions of dollars and hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you are curious about the monetary value of it, like a lot of people are.
Yeah.
And I'll make it straight and clear to you about Race Sharp Lifestyle 101 and its core values. Is it any monetary value to it? These core values of self-improvement and fulfillment. That's your question. Because I understand, in our society, it is it is a society that represents commerce.
Yeah.
And most of our life is concerned with economics.
Yeah.
You know?
It's consumed by economics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And ordered Johnson to leave.
I cannot meet no one on earth who's not concerned about economics in one way or another. One way. When people lie about economics, they lie about their concern for economics, they lie. You know, they lie. It's put on the face.
Yes. Which is a lot easier than facing the truth.
It is a lot easier.
In these cases.
It is.
Yeah.
That is great concept because it is much easier to face, it's much easier to lie about your concern for economics than to face the truth about how you feeling right now.
And represent that sloth way of thinking as opposed to how you becoming an independent thinker.
Yeah, how you feeling right now because of your sloth. Being honest about how you feeling right now because of your sloth and the sloth of your low net worth. The sloth of your low net worth. Because we all have opportunity in our country of the land of America. There's no other land that has resources like the land of where we are right now in America. We are the land of plenty, of milk and honey. We are a land of free enterprise.
Yes, sir.
Where I'm scheduled to retire myself within 60 months. Who have you met that's able to retire within 60 months in his 40s? Who do you know that's able to actually who represent a calendar that of demonstrating the ability to retire themselves from their local company and their community within their 40-year stage of life. If you have no one on your contacts, that's because they are very rare. You know, in your group of social.
Yeah, rare.
I mean, they're out there, but they're rare in your social group.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we all have our own associations. Who are your mentors? Whoever you associated with.
Right.
I mean, whatever organization you're associated with, these are the minds of people you represent.
What kind of examples are you using?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is your self-fulfillment.
Yeah.
This is your self-fulfillment right here, because what it is your association represents your self-fulfillment. I can know your self-fulfillment through your lifestyle. And everyone has a different lifestyle because it's an art. It's not a set rule, you know, like science, facts. It's an art. You can change your lifestyle, but you cannot change science.
Nice.
You can change art, but you cannot change science.
Right.
That's why self-fulfillment is an art. I can always change my lifestyle for the betterment.
Right.
Always, that's my self-fulfillment.
Always being the key word.
I can always increase my organization and association that represents my self-fulfillment into greater degree in number. My organization in its number is unlimited. Its rank is unlimited as well.
Very good.
My association is unlimited because I can choose to associate myself with greater minds of success.
Right.
That's unlimited.
Case would not have been solved.
That's my self-fulfillment. Now, self-fulfillment, knowing your self-fulfillment, and having clarity of the core value of your self-fulfillment, which is your individuality, which is your charisma, core value of charisma, which is your moderation. That's your self-fulfillment, which is your self-discipline. The self-discipline is the top value of all values that make all values possible.
That was a disgusting display.
So all those other values you have sacralized. I mean, that's your self-fulfillment because your individuality and moderation. And your charisma, which is your unique style your gift of service, whatever you can do well that's independently of you, uniquely yours.
Right.
It's your self-expression. It is a gift. It's a charisma. It is appearance.
Your persona.
Your persona. Yeah. That's what it is. I mean, it's that uniqueness about you that someone says you're different.
Right. The uniqueness.
Attract them the way you express yourself.
The uniqueness.
No one like you. I mean, there's no one on earth.
Right.
That's how glorious and marvelous God is. He's able to make trillions of people, human beings, you know, and everyone is different. I can choose to have plant another seed in my wife, and we could have a son or a daughter. I can choose that right now. This month. 9 months later, we have the harvest.
That's right.
Now the uniqueness about that is that the offspring stemming from my root will be different, totally different from its sibling of my root.
Trying to plug the offices of the Democratic National Committee in Washington
my daughter and whether I have another daughter or another son, they would be different. Distinctively different. Uniquely special. Gifting. Because everyone's born with a gift. Everyone's born with a uniqueness, a charisma, which is a gift of service.
Yes.
God have put charisma in every human being, including the sloth. The sloth have just chose not to utilize the charisma within them, which is the core value that God has implanted in them like a chip. He's just telling you to embrace it. Once you discover it within you, once you have signs that it's within you, because it's going to be physical signs that's within you. So be signs of people responding, physical signs, which represents the responses from you and the responses from others.
Yes, absolutely.
Now you are sloth about it or you're not sloth about it. You have the skill to work to make yourself millions of dollars. Increase your net worth to millions of dollars. That's a skill. That is a gift of service. Find out your gift of service.
Now you have no excuses to stop smoking.
Find out the value of service that you can actually promote in a free enterprise market. And you will never have anxiety in the future of giving your life with your current state of vocation.
Very nice.
As long as you have your gift of service, of discovery, as long as you have that in your state of vocation, your anxiety level is very low. You don't have to worry about anxiety for the future because you are representing success. You're representing self-fulfillment. You are representing an increasing in your net worth. The higher your net worth go up, the lower your liabilities.
And because it starts.
Your net worth is very easily to capitalize and increase because of the fact we're living in a land of plenty, a land of opportunity and investments in the stock markets and retirement accounts.
Right.
So it's very easy for you to
where opportunity is abundant.
Yes, it's very easy for you to build liquid assets.
Yeah.
Liquid net worth, liquid money. Liquid money. Liquid money is very easy for you to accumulate within the land of plenty. That's what the philosophy of racial lifestyle one represents. Building liquid money in the land of plenty. What is liquid money? Liquid money is any asset you can turn to cash immediately within 3 to 5 days. It can be transferred into your account. $250,000, $50,000, $500,000, $1 million in your account. Not Johnny's account, but yours.
Right. Your own personal
Your
private
personal
account.
You got